Hey guys, Chris here from C4 Armory. I'm here with Neil from Noise Fighters. He's got an interesting product that is probably going to solve a lot of problems for some of you Glock shooters. So Neil, do you want to take us through some of your products here?
I'd love to. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're starting a new division called Kiral Defense. And the reason for that is we're moving away from our night vision and hearing protection products and going straight toward firearms accessories. And as a firearms instructor and former Marine, I've always tried to figure out a way to improve the shooting experience with the pistols that I most commonly use, and that's a Glock. And the one problem I've always had is that when I point a Glock pistol out, I need to rotate my wrist a significant amount compared to other pistols like the P320 or the PDP or the Staccato. So it took me quite a while to figure this out, but I think I've nailed this. The idea with this is a back strap that has a different angle to it. So we take out 10 degrees of the grip. So as I point this out, I just point it straight out and it points like a 1911. The dot comes straight up. There's no hunting. Obviously, with a similar amount of training, you can pick up the dot with a Glock quickly. But with this, it's faster. It is more intuitive for most shooters. We spent the last 6 months working with some law enforcement departments in the West Michigan area. They've helped us with their feedback. We actually integrated a flexible injection molded rubber insert so that when your hand grips this, you can actually squeeze and get a little bit of squish to this. And when you fire, a little bit less recoil is delivered to the hand. And it's actually noticeable. And not only that, you have that recoil reduction, but you have that grip angle reduction. When it's all combined, what we're finding with those law enforcement officers and competition shooters is that as they point the pistol out and the slide cycles, they're able to keep that dot in the window without losing it. And so you're having faster follow-up shots, you're having greater accuracy. And so the goal here is just, let's make the Glock relevant again when you have all of these other options like the PDP, which is an excellent gun.
Right.
This can now just point naturally and fire like these other modern pistols.
Right, because now you're eliminating that Glock wrist break, and also in part due to the material you're using is a little bit softer to help absorb some of that felt recoil and the muzzle flip to keep that dot in the window. Makes sense to me.
Agreed. And I would say there's one other thing. We got some feedback from our partners at the Kent County Sheriff's Department, Grand Rapids, Michigan area. They wanted their Vice unit, which carries a smaller micro Glock 43, 43X, 48. Mm-hmm. They said, we want this same system on the micro Glock, but we also want to have an increased trigger reach to match the full-size guns. So that's what we did. So now when you grip this micro Glock, yep, it feels like a 19 that's just thin.
Yeah.
And so a substantial improvement in recoil control and finding the sights or the dot for that pistol.
Yeah, I mean, when I present, my dots are lined up. And when I present with this, the red dot's right in the window. And we had the conversation earlier where I said that I don't shoot the Glock frame because of that wrist break that I have to implement in order to be able to get on target. So this eliminates that and goes back to the kind of the 1911 grip that everybody loves, which I don't know why they're not using that design on it to begin with.
Sure.
And then aside from that, I know you have some other things going on over here.
Yeah, really quickly.
Yeah.
After getting the feedback that we did with the Glock, we said, okay, what else are police departments using? Obviously, the M&P is popular, the P320 is popular. I'd say the Walther PDP is gaining in popularity. The trigger is obviously phenomenal, especially with the new dynamic trigger.
Yep.
So we decided to do the same thing, a two-piece shock-absorbing insert with a back strap, and we changed the grip angle. We removed the little hump, so you no longer have that hot spot when you fire after, let's say, 100, 200, 300 rounds in a day. And we increased some real estate back here. So we have a full grip on the pistol, and we have a more natural firing position when you point this out. And it sounds silly, the PDP already points great, right?
Right.
We've taken it to the next level.
Yeah, again, the dot right in the window. Everything feels great. I mean, I do have small hands, so I have trouble getting all my controls, but that's me.
So we have it for the compact and the full size.
Yep.
And then we're also finally working on some P365 accessories as well. The Macro, I think, is the ultimate carry pistol. It's thin, it's high capacity, it's lightweight, but the trigger reach has always been a little bit, I mean, it's very short.
Yeah.
So we've extended the trigger reach by making a slightly longer back strap, and then we've textured it. We made it out of a shock absorbing rubber. So when you have this macro and you can put both hands on it, you actually get a complete two-handed grip. And when you point that pistol forward, the dot comes up just naturally. When you fire it, you have a slightly reduced recoil that's felt. So it's just another improvement, small improvement, but it's noticeable.
Right. And then the fun gun.
Yeah, the last one is, yeah, save the best for last. I mean, this is silly. I'm just going to be honest. I made this because I love planking. I love competition shooting, and I own an Alien Creator, which is, I think, like the pinnacle of pistol performance for where we're at. You know, having everything optimized. I said, how do you get that on a less expensive platform? And of all of the platforms, it was the P365, which sounds strange because that is a micro style carry pistol. But we partnered with a company called FDesWorks on a ported and comp slide, and I made a 13-ounce brass grip module with a magwell. And we have these little ledges right here that allows you to mimic a 1911 or a double stack 1911 grip frame. This feels just like
it does. Yeah, I was playing with that earlier.
You know, there's some name brands I don't want to say, but like it feels like some of those 2011 kind of pistols. And the bizarre thing is, we've done testing internally. We're going to send this out for review, but we're seeing less felt recoil, less muzzle rise, or the same depending on the shooter, as a Staccato XC or an Alien, which is bizarre because this is a, let's say, $500 P365. We're looking in the $300 for our grip module or our brass sleeve, and then you have the Fidesz slide. So we're at the like a Staccato, like we're below Staccato pricing. We're at like Prodigy pricing, and performance-wise, from what we're seeing, and we need to have other people verify it, we're at Staccato XC or Alien performance.
Gotcha. Now, as far as availability and pricing on some of these items, I know some of the pricing is still kind of up in the air, but and availability too. But what do you know that you can tell us so far? So
we're trying to stay under $40 for all of the shock absorbing back straps. We're trying to make it accessible to everybody, especially those guys. We're talking to a whole bunch of customers that have like 3 Glocks or 10 Glocks. So we don't need, because we're able to injection mold this, we can make it relatively inexpensively. $39.95 is our goal for the shock absorbing back straps. And then, like I said about the brass, we're in the $300 mark.
Right, naturally for what it is.
Yeah, for what it is.
All right, perfect. Neil, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, no problem at all. Guys, go check out Noise Fighter. This stuff, keep an eye out, and grab yours if you need one. We'll see you soon.